Welcome to the life of an anxious girl. I said I'm fine 3 times, now I'm curled. Smile, panic, smile. Welcome to the life of an anxious girl.
Alright, daily check-in. That's so weird. I'm really not sure if I will ever post this, but I think it will be so awesome for me to see this, I don't know, in a few months and see the progress that I have done. But anyway, doesn't matter if I post it or not, so let's see the check-in for the day. Actually, it wasn't such a bad day. It's funny how I think I said that, I think I say this every day, but I would say around 5% of my day was covered by anxiety, which is amazing, coming from 100% intrusive thoughts, blah, blah, blah. Maybe also because today I focused a lot on my assignment, because I'm doing this coaching certification in stress and burnout prevention. Funny, I know. But this topic, besides the fact that I was actually in burnout, it's a topic that I've been covering or finding interesting for at least 3 years now, that I had to also go into burnout. What can I say? It happens. But more of the structure of our brain, that's also what I'm covering here. I'm not doing anything medicinal. I will also not be allowed in any way to do something with persons that are in burnout themselves. It's more of a prevention or persons like me that had burnout and want to prevent it from happening again. So if you are in a burnout in that moment, I will not be allowed to work with those persons, which is totally fine, because I actually want to work with companies, because if there is something that I learned from my past as a project manager in the big corporate world, is companies don't invest enough in the mental health of the employees. I saw also in all of the firms that I've been in, so not focusing on my last one, there were a lot of absences because of mental health, burnout, anxiety, depression, everything, doesn't matter. I also learned through the course that I'm doing that with prevention you can minimize the absence days, and that should be a focus for the companies too. Then yes, paying someone like a coach to do prevention on a regular base, it will hurt, maybe, probably, the companies, but think about the absences that will be cut out then from the employees. And that's the thing with burnout, it doesn't affect, or the other way around, it mostly affects high achievers, perfectionists, people with self-criticism, and usually people who are perfectionists and having a lot of self-criticism also invest a lot in their work and do overtime, try to do everything on time, holding deadlines, not crossing deadlines. And those people, you don't really want them to be absent. So I think that's the focus of the companies. That's what the company should focus on. And that's why I want to do at some point, not now, when I'm ready and when I have gathered way more knowledge than right now. That's what I want to focus on. So doing this seminars and helping others, because in my opinion, who can preach better than someone who has been there, has learned from it and changed it for the better? That's how I see it. All the books that I have read, all the bestsellers actually that I have read, doesn't matter now if it's on neuroplasticism, I think it's called, or overcoming anxiety and so on. They were all from people that have been through it, have came back and talked about it. And that's that's the audience that I believe. So yeah, if it will work out, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, the check-in. I talked for 5 minutes now, but it was no check-in. Like I said, 5% around from my day anxiety is because I focused on the assessment that I had. It was structuring a course. I chose a course for companies, like doing like an example how I would structure my course if I would be a speaker. And I choose to be a speaker for companies who want to prevent employees going into burnout. And I found that very, very interesting, the assessment. And I focused a lot today on it. I also finished it. I turned it in. If I will pass, I don't know. I think I will know in 14 days. They will have to review it and I'll get a grade for it. I'm actually pretty impressed and I'm pretty proud how I've done it because yes, of course I used tools for the grammar part just to make sure that I use the most elevated words for it, but all of the ideas and all of the structure itself, it came from me. And I felt again, I saw again that this is really what I want to do. Yeah, that's the check-in for today, and we are at 9,800 steps, so I will finish those 10 steps today too. Yay! Healing is not linear. Remember that. Karina, when you see yourself in the future, when you look at this video, healing is not linear. You will have good days, you will have bad days, but if you look on the paper where you've been a month ago, when you are now, if you work on yourself, you will see the progress. Trust me, you will see the progress. And also one thing that I'm going to do today that I'm doing now for 3 weeks, every day, the breath of life. And that mostly focuses on the affirmations. So that specific content focuses on 4 affirmations. I love myself, I trust myself, I honor myself, I value myself, which is amazing. And it's important to feel it in the heart, because when you feel it in the heart, that means also that you believe it. And that's why you have to do it every day, maybe multiple times a day, so that you tell yourself that every time until you actually start believing it. Is more or less about self-love. And that's how you learn to trust yourself and to love yourself. And today I want to try something new, because this, and you breathe. So you say, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. You see where you feel it, and then you start doing breathing exercises, trying to move those words into the heart. And that you can do with every affirmation. And today I want to try something new, and I will try to say, anxiety doesn't define me. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, anxiety doesn't define me, because anxiety doesn't define us. It's there. It's good, like I mentioned, it's very good that it's there for actually for situations where you actually need it, like being chased by a bear or whoever, but not in these situations, not when you're like this afraid of everything about your future, your past, what you're gonna do tomorrow, going out. Yeah. All right, enough talking. You will do good.